Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Anybody out there? Hey guys, give me a break, man. I hate it when people put up their collars like this. Pisses me off. But they think they're being cool or something? Hey, I'm cool. I got my collars up here. Why is this even considered cool? I never understood that. Okay, the reason I'm making this video, two reasons. I'm gonna call this video undelivered messages. Okay, undelivered messages. The first one, well, let me get rid of the voice. Okay, and let me put on the crown. Okay, this is not a in case you're looking for the second part of that Apple Milk 1988 elitism video, it's coming in a minute. But first I got to spit this out real soon. I was contacted about 10 days ago by someone named Ms. Anime Lover. And she, you know, this is a thing about YouTube when I started off on Gimmeaflakeman quite a few years ago, there was this thing where if you actually even admitted that you would talk to anyone below 18, people would just label pedophile, label you a pedophile, which I think is a damn shame because, you know, what's wrong with talking to someone sincerely who's below the age of 18? You know, I mean, I love kids, and you know, they're so happy, they're so friendly and stuff, and I think it's a shame that any kind of even talk of children makes people jump to the conclusion that there's something wrong with you. Kids are great. So, and I'm talking about some of you kids. You know, hey kids, how you doing, kids? Yeah, and I think I've got something. I think I've got something to offer you. Now, what I don't have to offer you is you shouldn't be drinking. Don't drink. Drinking's terrible. You should not drink. And I don't smoke anything. I just drink a little bit, but I have one drink of whiskey before I go to sleep. Sometimes I have a couple beers, you know. But oh, by the way, that funny voice response to Tokyo Sam, I was not drunk at all. That was just a lame attempt. I was just playing around. But okay, so I got this message for someone who's 14 years old, and but before that, I gotta tell you about this other message. I made a video for Tofugu when he started getting active again a while back, a couple months ago, and it's like, Tofugu's back, you know. Tofugu's a real king of morons, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, I think he's actually reached more people with his Japanese videos than I have. So he deserves this crown, and I dare him to come take it from me. I think he's somewhere in Japan. I'd like to meet him. I don't know what happened to him. Anyway, I made a video, and off the cuff, I made a comment like, people watching this, you're probably all virgins. So I got a comment on that video yesterday, and I don't remember, you know, exactly, but it was something about I don't even know if it's male or female, but he or she is 13, and they're like, well, I'm 13 and I have sex every time I meet my boyfriend girlfriend because I promised. and like, when I saw that comment, I'm like, why are you making this comment at all, you know, on my video? My video is a language, an attempt to, you know, my video is about Tofugu and learning language and free ways to learn language, and Tofugu's site, blah blah. And then I remembered, oh, I think I didn't watch the video again, but I'm pretty sure I made an off the cuff remark about people who are watching this video probably being virgins. You know, it's just you know, like I am. I make these snide little remarks, but okay, not cool anymore. But anyway, I'm like, the first I didn't remember, so I wrote like, that's great. I don't know why you're telling me this. I don't really care. And then that kid's like, you know, I didn't really pay too much attention, but I think that kid said, you probably only have sex once a week, or you should have sex more than once a week, like once every day. And I'm not Dr. Phil, in case you're gonna attack me with that insult. Like, it never crossed my mind to insult somebody by calling them Dr. Phil. But the thing that gets me is that on YouTube, you know, you have 13-year-old kids mouthing off to you, and I'm sorry, kids, but if you're 13, I'm 43 years old, okay, and I'm a kid, but Here's the thing about us, okay? We might be equal intelligence. I might actually be stupider than you. My IQ might be lower than you, but I do learn from my mistakes, and I've been around for a long time. So, you shouldn't be lecturing me about sex. I'll tell you that. Remember, I'm the lost son of Johnny Depp and Tom Cruise. So, anyway, so well, but why I'm going on and on about this is that I feel like it's kind of our duty. I feel like I'm doing, I don't know, helping out, or when I get a question from a kid, you know, I think it's nice that I answer them, you know, sincerely, because I wish, you know, when I was a kid, people would answer me sincerely, and some did and some didn't. But the thing is, I remember those who did. There was one teacher in high school who took me aside and told me, you know, point blank what my problem was. You know what your problem is? Let me tell you, you know. And of course, at the time, I was like most kids, and I was like, yeah, I'm not listening to you. But I did listen, you know, and I took his words home with me, and I thought about it. Years later, I thought, well, yeah, this guy really helped me, you know. It was thanks to him that I was able to, you know, change myself, or change the direction I was going into. You know, he helped. His words of wisdom were appreciated, and they actually did help me. So, not that I'm, you know, hoping to move somebody in that way, but at the very least, I should give people, the kids, I should respect them enough, even if I don't know them, to give them a sincere answer. So anyway, I got an email from someone named Ms. Anime Lover the other day, and she says, "Hello, I'd like to thank you for your Japanese lessons. Even though I'm learning Japanese through classes, and your books are really, and books, comma, your videos are really fun. Even if I know the stuff, it's fun. So you're doing great. I'm only 14 years old, but I consider myself mature for my age." Then she puts a question mark, and I think that's a key thing there. All of us, I think, growing up, we really thought we knew what the hell was going on, didn't we? You know? I read enough penthouse letters that I thought I knew what it was going to be like before it happened, you know? Actually, I was right. But she was like, is this really your first time? Like, I really studied hard. But anyway, I should really not be telling you this. Oh, God. I'm not even drunk, but anyway, there's nothing wrong with it. It's natural. Anyway, this girl, let's go back to this. I think it's a girl. Yeah, Amy. So she says, when I was 12, I started watching Japanese videos on YouTube, and it inspired me to make a future in Japan. So I've been learning since I was 12. It was really difficult for me to start with, but I got the hang of it. Anyway, enough of my babbling. I have one question for you. When did you start learning Japanese? And even though you've learned a lot of language, are you comfortable with it? Does it like get hard? Or do you sometimes find yourself lost with some words? Now, the reason I'm answering this in video for this one message is because this person erased I actually wrote out a long comment and then tried to send it, and I realized the account didn't exist anymore. She had erased it, so it kind of made me sad. That's what it makes me sad, when people reach out to me and I sincerely attempt to, you know, answer them, and I get nothing in return. You know, this has happened actually with another YouTuber who I won't mention, who called me out the other day for Miss Hannah Mink's, using Miss Hannah Mink's thumbnail, and half of me felt guilty, but half of me was like, hey man, I make enough videos of content that I think I can throw in a thumbnail once in a while, especially if she's actually in the video. So, but the point is, I didn't get any response at all, and it kind of made me sad, because I guess I put I take it, I wouldn't say too seriously, but I'm just sincere in the response, and in the end I get nothing back. So this kid, and yeah, she is a kid, she says, she sends me an email, and I respond, I sincerely write her back, and there's nothing to write back to, because the account's gone, and that's a shame. But let me give you my answer. Kiddo, I've been studying Japanese. I started when I got here. I learned hiragana before coming over, but I didn't really learn any words except maybe like ki, It's a tree, you know, inu is a dog, neko is a cat, like things like that, and maybe how to say my name or something. And I understood the sentence pattern, you know, is not SVO. It's basically OV, right? Object and then verb. Anyway, and does it? Here's the thing about Japanese that's ironic. It's frustrating, is that it feels like you really advance quickly in the beginning because you can get to a conversational pretty quick. Like, oh man, I'm speaking. Oh man, I can say stuff, you know. But then, after, the more you know, the more you realize that, man, there's so many words you don't know. There's so much stuff you don't know, you know. Like, you can follow a conversation, but then you turn on the news and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? So, excuse me. But, yeah, it gets harder. It gets harder. I started learning at the age of 23 or 22 or something whenever I got here. And I'm still learning. I still study all the time, you know, every day a little bit. I learn something, and I often think I should make another blog of just words that I just learned. And like, hey, because it kind of it's still interesting to me. It's like, wow, I just learned something. That's cool. So anyway, there's your answer. And it took me a long time to say something, but kind of felt like I said a lot and nothing at the same time. And I hope you did. I hope you feel the same way.